Hello! If you are just starting playing Hellish Quart, you probably noticed that winning a sword fight requires a completely different approach than in other fighting games. While in unarmed combat games, just mashing the button and pressing forward may work very well, here you'll probably just get blocked and hit back with a deadly riposte. In Hellish Quart, just like in real-world fencing, to hit someone you have to first go around his guard. If you just attack the opponent with a single cut, and this opponent is ready for your attack, he will easily block it. In Hellish Quart, fencers are always blocking when standing or walking around, so you will have to use some tactics to go around their guards. The first basic tactic would be an attack with second intention. Attack with a second intention is an actual real-world fencing tactic, and it also works in the game. It goes like this. First, you do a false attack in hope your opponent blocks it and attacks you back. Then, you block or avoid his attack and riposte with your real intended attack, right into the opening that might have been created during this exchange. This can go back and forth until one of you makes a mistake or breaks this pattern in some way. Next very good tactic is a distance trap. Distance trap is a real-world fencing tactic. You make a move as if you are starting your attack, but then you quickly back out with 1 or 2 steps. There is a chance that your opponent will automatically try to riposte your false attack, but will just hit the air. Quickly punish his missed attack. Next tricky tactic would be using the long guard. Point your sword at the opponent, like if you were going to thrust at him, but cut him instead. In Hellish Quart, most thrust attacks are done from the long guard, the position where the sword tip points directly at the opponent. To block thrust attacks effectively, your opponent also should go into long guard to bind your blade. But when in long guard, he can't block your cut attacks. So, go into a long guard in hopes your opponent also goes into a long guard. And when he does, quickly release the long guard and attack him with a cut. Another thing you can do is simply push the opponent. If your opponent doesn't attack you back and just blocks, go close, push him and follow up with an attack when he staggers. A push is also great when the opponent tends to just walk into you after you block his attacks. Next great trick is attacking into the opponent's attack. It's important to choose a move that will not only hit your enemy, but also block his attack in one motion. Wait for your opponent to attack and hit him with a move which will also block his sword. Some characters have dedicated special moves to do this, but any attack will do, if you time it well. Another good way to bypass opponent's guard is moving sideways a little, just before you attack, to create an opening and hit the opponent from an angle. Automatic guards are designed to block incoming attacks only when the attacking fencer is in front of the fencer that is blocking. If you move to the side a bit, but the opponent stays in place, you can attack at an angle and bypass the auto guard. Those are just but a few offensive ways you can use to win that translate directly from real-world sword fighting. If you want to try out the game, you can get it on Steam or GOG.com, links are in the description.